Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about the names of my songs and what do they mean. As you know, my songs up until ninth song don't have a name. And after ninth song, song number 12 and only song number 12 doesn't have a name. So I'm going to go through my songs and tell you the story behind their name. So I'm going to go from my latest song to my first song, and I have 19 songs, so it shouldn't take long. So my first song that I'm going to talk to you about is Tastelessness. What does tastelessness mean? Well, when I wrote the song and when I had the idea what name it should have, I first thought of something else, something other than tastelessness. But then I figured, because my playing style and actually my writing style is mainly composed of different genres of metal, and in this song there is even some parts that sound closely familiar to classical music. So what I did is, actually everyone has their own opinion about music, everyone has their own taste in music. And for example, if you are a metalhead and you think that, for example, pop music sucks, then that's your taste. And the person who only listens to pop music can say the same about metal music, which is fair. And that's the point of the name of my song, because there are so many different genres, there are so many different types of music that you can play, that you can make, that you can even write. But what does it mean to have taste? Because every other person can say that your taste isn't tasteful enough, or it's tasteless. So if you get what I mean, you'll understand. Next song is called Trepidation in Your Abhor, which actually can be said with some different words, and if I used some different words that are more that are closer to normal people who never read a single book in English or never read anything in English, they only know street English, then I will translate it for you. It's called Fear in Your Hate. This is more psychological. People mostly fear what they don't know, and that fear can turn into a hatred towards something that they don't know. And it's basically fear of the unknown, even though the music doesn't have any connections to the name, because the name came after the music, which is like 90% of my music is if I have a name for a song, it's mainly the song is named after something other that doesn't even have any connections to the actual music that I play. Then we have Osha Stole My Blanket, which is actually a true story, because sometimes last winter I have a plush doll that represents the Pokemon Oshawott, and Osha or Asha is actually my pet name for that plushie. Actually, in the Pokemon anime, he makes that sound, Oshawott. As I said before, sometimes last winter when I woke up, I didn't have my blanket on me, I just have other cover, and I saw Oshawott cuddled up in that blanket, so the name came from there. The next one is called Ignite. I kinda came up with that name. I just then made my final paper, I bought a new guitar, and I resigned from McDonald's. So I had different names for that song, but Ignite kinda stuck to me, and that was the one word, because my previous songs were consisted of one word, and I wanted to keep that because, let's say, that's kind of my style or even my signature to have songs that are called with one word. The next one is called SIIAC, which stands for someone intolerable is an annoying cunt. And actually the first two initials, or the first two letters, are initials of a name of a person that I used to know, which was an intolerable and annoying cunt. 14th song is called Groovy Chill, but I never released that song, even though it is on my playlist called My Songs. I have to make that song so that people can actually see it on my channel, not go to my playlist and see it there. Next one, which is also the 13th song, is called El Osha, and I explained why I didn't want to call that song number 13 like I did with other songs, because every song has a number and then a name or made by or by my name and so on. But that song, people are superstitious and they think that number 13 isn't a lucky number, so I called it Alosha because it was the first thing that came to my mind at that moment in time. The next one is called Is Only Number 12 because I actually wasn't into making song titles back then, like 2.5 years ago. Then we have number 11, which is called Cancer. Why is it called Cancer? Because my friend was diagnosed and she was very young back then. It inspired me to write that song. Then we have number 10, Contrast. Well, this is one of the songs whose name was inspired by the music, because in that song you have two parts of music. You have the clean part and you have the distorted part, and they are very different in the way that they are played. I mean, they are still musically connected, but they are total opposites in my perspective. That's why I made it that way. Contrast comes from there. It is because the clean part is very melodic and the distorted part is very aggressive and heavy. And the last song that I named is called Pain, but Pain spelled P-A-Y-N-E and not P-A-I-N. It's called Pain because when I made that song, it was, let's say, a difficult time in my life when I've injured my back, and that pain made me very inspired, and I made those heavy riffs and I made song on those riffs, and that's it. And other songs beyond the 9th song don't even have a name. So if you enjoyed this video, then cool. If you didn't, that's it from me today. Thank you. Subscribe if you're new, like the video, share it, and goodbye.